Hi there. Are you noticing that there's people in your life that are giving you hot and cold behavior? You see that one day they're showing up a certain way and the next day they're showing up completely differently, and somehow you feel like you're responsible for this. You're like, okay, like what did I do wrong? Like what is going on? Like why is this person acting all nice and sunshine one day and the other day they're just giving me a cold shoulder? They're not replying back to my text. It feels like they don't value me anymore. Like why is this happening? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nifty, and here we talk all about mindset, manifestation, and personal development. And today we are going to talk about people showing up in your life with this hot and cold behavior. So annoying. And we are trying to hit 600 subscribers on YouTube. Please do subscribe. Okay, first up, what is hot and cold behavior? It is exactly as it sounds. One day they're really hot for you. They want to do things for you. They show up. They're being good. They're being nice. They're showing up the way that you want them to. Like all the expectations that you have of how somebody in your life should show up, they are meeting all these expectations. They're showing up the right way. They're doing all the things. And one day, out of nowhere, you see that this person suddenly acts cold. And suddenly you see that, okay, they're not replying back to your text, or suddenly you bring up something from the last day where they actually had a very positive reaction, and you bring up the same exact topic today, and suddenly they're not very positive about it anymore. They're giving you the cold shoulder. They're not willing to talk about it. They're ignoring you, and whenever they see you, they're just being all cold, and they're not really giving you a solid answer, and they're not also cutting you off. And this is a very challenging place to be in, especially in an emotional and mental place, because when you are in the situation where you are the one who is dealing with this hot and cold behavior, you start to question everything, right? Because that's what we do as humans. When something in our reality is not going the way we want it to, we start questioning ourselves. We start looking at, oh my God, like, what did I do? Did I say something that's making them act that way? And all these things start running in your head, right? So it's important to kind of take a step back from all this hot and cold behavior that they're throwing at you and just evaluate what is truly going on here. So first thing you need to realize here, babe, is not everything is about you, okay? Here you are sitting and worrying about, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Like, what can I do better? Maybe I should talk to them. Maybe I should set up a meeting where we can discuss what is this behavior and all these things that's going in your mind. You becoming Bob the Builder, trying to fix that person, trying to see what is wrong with the situation and all that. Stop. This is not about you, okay? As much as we want to believe that, we can fix the other person, and we can make the situation better, we can do something to make ourselves stop feeling this way. Sometimes it's just not about you. It's about the other person. Okay, so here is a list of some reasons why they might be giving you this hot and cold behavior. Fear of intimacy, fear of rejection, fear of commitment, everything related to fear of truly, authentically being vulnerable with somebody else. Maybe this person just likes to chase. Maybe they just like having you around when it's convenient for them. And that's okay, because some relationships in life are like that. Some relationships in life are just there because they're convenient. Just take a moment for yourself and think of 3 different people in your life who you talk to just because it's convenient. If that person did not show up in your reality tomorrow, you wouldn't make an extra effort to go and talk to them. You wouldn't make any extra effort to meet up with them, to know what is happening in their life. You only talk to them because they're there, because they're available, because it's easy. And sometimes that's all it is for the other person. Back to the list. Maybe they're emotionally unavailable. Maybe they don't have a clear intention of what it is that they want from you. Maybe they're just hanging around because they don't know what it is they want either. And you're just a placeholder till they can actually figure out what it is that they truly want. And maybe you're just a distraction. Maybe they have so much going on in your life and you are that distraction that keeps them chill. Maybe they're just coming to you for fun. And in all these situations, it's the same thing. You are being used for a reason. And this is okay, because as human beings, we all use one another for a reason. Even when you're doing something for somebody else, that is you being selfish. That is you doing that because doing that for the other person makes you feel good. So that's the exact same thing. Don't take offense that, oh my God, this person is using me. They only show up for me when they need me. Of course, babe. That's what everybody does. Nobody's here because they want to do you charity, okay? You don't want anybody to be there to give you charity. You want people to come to you because they see value in you. You are giving them something. Your energy, your time, your effort. Just being around your presence is a blessing for them, and that's the reason they come to you. More reasons. Insecurity. Maybe they're insecure about themselves. Maybe they have an avoidant attachment style like myself. maybe they're testing you. Maybe they're going through all the toxic self-help advice that is out there, the dating advice, the relationship advice that's out there on the internet, and they're testing you, seeing if, they can pull you in by pulling back. Maybe they're trying to manipulate you. So there could be a ton of reasons why somebody is showing this hot and cold behavior.
And when you take this attention away that, oh my God, how could they do this to me? Like, why are they being like this to me? Like, I'm giving them everything, like I'm giving them everything, like literally everything. But they still don't want to be with me.
Babe. Okay, now let's talk some real shit, okay? I know, like, that person being them is not about you, but babe, end of the day, it is about you, isn't it? Everything is about you. The reason you're sitting here and watching this video is because this is about you. Even though that person is acting that way, it is affecting you. You are experiencing these feelings. You are feeling this frustration and anger and guilt, or whatever the feeling is that this hot and cold behavior is giving you. You are feeling it. So this is about you. So what do you do? So what do you actually do to get your head straight when somebody is giving you this hot and cold behavior? Okay, I feel like throughout life, as I've grown as a person, the way I've reacted to these kind of people who give me hot and cold behavior is very different. I remember last year when somebody was giving me hot and cold behavior, I didn't even know how to handle it very well. And one thing we need to realize is when somebody gives us hot and cold behavior, it's not about how that person is showing up, but it's a very internal thing for us. For us, it becomes a thing of, oh my God, like, how can they not do this? Like, how can they not include me in this? Like, how can they not tell me about this? So for me, the hot and cold behavior was from a friend in the past, and it's very common in friendships, like, you get busy, things happen, and you guys like drift apart. But it's important to have that conversation, to have that connection, to have that transparency between you guys, to be like, okay, we're in a good place, you do you, girl, I'll do me, whatever. That kind of communication is very important. But if this person is not able to give you that communication, if this person is all nice and happy to you one day, and the next day, if it feels like they just picked up all their stuff and left, it feel like abandoned. You feel like, oh my God, like, this person was there, they were giving you everything, they're giving you that energy, time, space, and suddenly they left. So for me, it was in a situation where my friend was actually going through some traumatic experiences, and I was actually helping them through it. Obviously, it was very initial in my personal development journey, where I did not realize where to draw the boundaries, and I was giving them too much. Anytime something would go wrong in their life, they would call me up and I would be there for them. And this became a codependent relationship where anything traumatizing, and this was a person who was constantly traumatized. That is their emotional pattern. No matter what happens in their life, good, bad, they would get traumatized. And whenever something would happen, they would call me and they would talk to me and they would cry to me. And me, being in my personal development era, took it as a responsibility that, okay, this person's going through this, I have to make them feel better. I am the light. I have so much light that I can shine my light on this person and make them feel good. And no matter what this person was going through, I was always there for them. I was always giving in. I was giving my energy. And it came to a place where this person taking energy from me, making this person feel good, became very addicting to me. It was important. It became important to my ego to feel like I was adding so much value to this other person's life. And what happened later is they got into a new kind of trauma, because obviously that is their pattern. So when they got into this new trauma, this was something that they knew that they couldn't tell me. So they decided not to tell me about it. They decided to go cold. And for me, this was a moment where I was like, oh my God, like, I was there with you for everything. I was there with you when you went through this big shit in your life. And suddenly you're deciding to cut me off. You are not giving me that importance. My ego is hurt. My self-importance is hurt at this point, because how can that person not include me in this? How can that person not ask me for help? Like, I was so frustrated. I was so angry. I was so upset at this person. And I didn't even know how to relay this information to them, because they were going cold and I didn't know how to react. So I went cold too. Like, we both pulled our connection away, and that was it. The friendship ended. So the biggest thing that hit me was, it wasn't even the other person. It wasn't them pulling back. It wasn't them doing anything wrong to me, but it was me. I felt like I was not important in that relationship anymore. I felt like my ego was not satisfied. My self-importance was not justified. And that is the reason that I had to cut that person off. So even though it was a lot of the things that they did, more so of things that I felt on the inside, which I couldn't clearly put my labels on. So if you are dealing with somebody who's giving you hot and cold behavior, maybe it's the right time for you to take a step and observe, like, what is the feeling that this person gives me? Like, what is that feeling that I'm looking for, that this person gives me with their presence, with their energy, that makes me feel satisfied? Maybe whatever your reason might be, because I was a girly in personal development and it made me feel important. It made me feel like I was adding value to somebody else by helping them out. So for me, that was the thing. So you need to understand, like, what is this person who's giving you the hot and cold behavior, actually what kind of emotion is it that they're giving you that you're craving for? You're not craving the person, you're craving the emotion that that person makes you feel. And honestly, sometimes some people just make you feel superior. And trust me, most times when you're feeling this way is because the other person makes you feel superior in some way when they show up with that hot behavior. And when they show up with the cold behavior, somehow you feel inferior. Somehow you feel like they're putting themselves on top and they're not putting you on the pedestal. And that hurts you. And that's okay. That's something for you to grow, learn, realize, and overcome. So here's some things that you are going to do starting now to start taking your power back, to stop feeling like shit, to stop thinking about this person who's giving you that hot and cold behavior, because clearly they're not worth it. First off, you need to understand that this person is not mature enough to give you a proper conversation, to give you that clarity of why they're acting this way. So that itself is a red flag that this person is not emotionally mature enough to be your friend. And that is okay. You are growing, you are expanding, you are evolving, and friendships from the past, which might have worked out, might not work out right now because you are growing as a person. And sometimes people see that you are growing and expanding at a rate so fast that they can't even comprehend catching up, so they cut back, so they draw their attention back because they see that, oh my god, I could give this person the world, but it would still not be enough because this person is just going too fast. And sometimes you just have to accept that you are on your personal development journey and you are going at a skyrocket speed, and people are going to be left behind in the ash, in the dust, behind you, in the exhaust, and you have to be okay with it because you are going forward. You are not waiting for these people in the exhaust to catch up, okay? And if they withdraw their energy, what are you waiting for? Like, are you here like being like, oh my god, please give me some energy, give me some attention, give me some explanation of why you're not giving me your energy? Would you seriously sit and do that? Like, why would you do that? You have a life to live. Go live your life and do the same thing that they are doing to you. Like, if they're giving you hot and cold behavior, that is all they deserve. You need to understand that if they're giving you hot and cold behavior, they do not deserve access to your energy, at least not the hot energy. And when I say withdraw your attention, do this with a right intention. Don't do this to manipulate them or try to get them back, because this person clearly does not know what they want. Because if they wanted you, if they wanted to keep you in their life, and if they understood how relationships, real adult relationships work, then they will find a way to make this work. And most probably you will see that people who do give this hot and cold behavior usually don't have good relationships in their life because they just don't know how to maintain good relationships in their life. And babe, let me tell you, they come back. They always come back. These people who are giving you hot and cold behavior, they will give you the hot behavior and then they pull back, they go cold because they're doing their thing, whatever, they don't care about you, they're living their life. And then when whatever that thing is, whatever the energy, the resource, the amusement, the entertainment that you provide them, when they are going to need it again, when they need that inspiration, that motivation, your light, your energy, they're going to come back for it. They're always going to come back for more when it is convenient for them. And when they do come back, you need to have your boundaries so strong that you're like, you know what? Actually, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want to be in this hot and cold bullshit. Like, you know what? You can go off and just be cold and hot with somebody else, you know, like straight up. I've had this with people where people, especially in the personal development space, you know, because I feel like I give a lot of personal development advice and things like that. People come to me only when they are in some kind of need, only when they're going through something in life, you know, only when they're frustrated or, you know, something bad happening in their life, they come to me. And, you know, if you're paying me for it, if you're my client, I would be more than happy to take you. But if you call yourself my friend, but then you only come to me when you have a problem, Well, we have a problem now. And the problem is that your expectations of what this relationship should look like is very different from their expectation of what this relationship should look like. So they probably think that, oh, you know, whenever I show up, you know, like I have all these complaints, so I'm gonna go to Nifty and I'm gonna tell her this is what is happening, this is the boy drama in my life, and you know, like she's gonna give me advice, and in return I'm gonna buy her coffee, and then this is it. And that might be their story, that might be their expectations of this relationship with you. While in your mind you might be like, oh my god, you know, this person is my friend, you know, they're my best friend, I'm giving them so much time and energy and effort, and oh, they bought me coffee, but you know, it's okay, like I'll buy them coffee next time. But when I need help, they're not there for me. Like when I need help, I want them to show up for me as well. When I want to hang out, you know, when we're just having a good day and there's nothing to complain about, I would love to go out and just have a great time. And this might be your expectations, but your expectations and their expectations do not match. So sometimes that's just what it is. And the last thing you need to realize is you are not made for everyone, okay? To understand this, let's just reverse the situation right now. Say you have a friend, and let's say, you know, you guys have this friendship dynamic where, you know, they're always making fun of you, and you know, they're always like talking back to you, talking down to you or whatever, and you know, you're on your personal development journey and you're doing your work, and you know, you're getting better, and suddenly you realize that, okay, you know what, this person, the way this person is showing up in my life, I don't like this, you know, the way they're treating me, I don't like this, I don't want to be treated this way. So you know what, I'm just gonna pull back my attention, my focus, my energy, and I'm just gonna focus on myself. I'm not gonna give this person that much the time and energy to make me feel inferior. I'm not good enough, you know, like I'm not gonna give that time and energy to this person. So in this situation, what I'm doing is I am the one who was in the hot and now I'm going cold. And suddenly being a hot and cold person does not seem very bad because you are doing this for yourself. You're doing this because you're putting yourself first, right? So it all depends upon the perspective. It all depends upon the situation that you're in, and being a little bit more empathetic towards understanding that the other person, when they're giving you the hot and cold behavior in their life, so you never know what the other person is going through. If they're giving you hot and cold behavior, just wish them the best, let them go, and know that every time somebody is removed from your life, universe, God is making space for somebody new, something new, a new experience, a new feeling, a new emotion, a new magic miracle to come into your life. So stop stressing about this hot and cold behavior and literally take your focus away from it. The only way you are going to feel better about yourself is if you stop focusing on that person, on that feeling, the emotion that is missing in your life right now because they're not giving it to you. Stop focusing on that thing and instead focus on the things that you want to feel. Okay, this person, they would make me feel important every time I hung out. This person would make me feel superior because I was helping them with personal development. So find ways of how you can find these feelings and emotions in other areas of your life. Maybe, you know, I can talk to somebody at work, have a random conversation, and they can tell me something that's going on in their life, and I can add some value, provide them with some feedback, and that will give me the self-importance that I'm looking for. Maybe I can post a YouTube video where 5 other people see the video and they're suddenly so inspired, so motivated to take action. Maybe that is all you need. So understand what it is that you require and work accordingly. And we are on a mission to hit that 600 subscribers on YouTube. So please do subscribe and help me reach there. And that is everything we have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If there was something that stood out to you in this video, please do leave a comment. If this resonated with you, let me know. I would love to read your comments. And that is it for this video. Subscribe to my channel, guys. I will see you next week. Bye.